presidential debate was straight trash. Straight trash. Okay? I don't care how the ratings were. I don't give a shit about whether a lot of people were entertained by it. I know there were probably millions of people watching that. I don't care. The debate was absolutely garbage. An absolute absurdity. A circus. A fallacy. I can use all sorts of big words, guys. Trust me. So I'll just give you guys a little bit of a preview of what was going on. Okay?
With the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, we're going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more border patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said.
The only person on this stage is a convicted felon is the man I'm looking at right now.
I've never fired people. I've never seen him fire anybody. I did fire a lot. I fired Comey because he was no good. I fired a lot of the top people at the FBI, drained the swamp. They were no good. The worst president in the history of our country. He's destroyed our country.
Historians, they've had meetings and they voted who's the worst president in American history. One through best to worst. They said he was the worst in all of
The reason I'm here is he's so bad as a president that I'm going to make America great.
Here's all I heard. I heard blah, 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 blah. I heard SpongeBob and Patrick telling you know that scene, and this was made into a meme too. Whenever the swearing episode in SpongeBob and Patrick and the SpongeBob SquarePants TV show, it's actually pretty funny. And they were swearing, and they were telling on each other. So they go to run to Mr. Krabs, and they run to Mr. This is a spoiler, but they run to Mr. Krabs at the Krusty Krab, and they're pointing at each other, and they're saying all sorts of like cartoon verbiage. And Mr. Krabs grabs them, and he says, "I'm going to let you go, but you guys gotta talk clearly." That was pretty much the debate. That was pretty much the debate. What an absolute waste of time. Okay? Now let me just share some of the criticisms. I'm not going to talk about who I'm voting for, and I'm not going to talk about who you should vote for. That's been done a million times by other broadcasting platforms. CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, the works. You're obviously going to get CNN saying, oh, you guys should vote for Biden. And then you're going to also say that, you're going to see that Fox News is going to say, oh, you should endorse Trump and blah, blah, blah. Let me just go right down the list, okay? Because this talks about a lot of fame and positions of power, too. We have our president. I almost said Donald Trump. We have our president, Joe Biden, right? Our president. A lot of people say that he's too old. A lot of people say he's too old. A lot of people call him Sleepy Joe. He's up there in his 80s. Barely can stay awake. Barely knows what's going on. Has fallen down multiple times. Yeah, whatever. You can hear it every now and then. It's the same deal, right? But here's the problem. In my opinion, I think Joe Biden was used as someone to just place, as a placeholder. That's it. I don't think we were serious as a people when putting him as a president. I don't think we were dead serious. I think we were just too pissed off with Donald Trump, former President Donald Trump. And so what do? We take him out of office and we get a placeholder instead of putting someone who is younger, more capable of running this country into the modern day that we have currently, have really great economy, inflation is up like a motherfucker, people can barely live and live comfortably. It's ridiculous. But you know what? I'm going to say something else. We did this to ourselves. We did this to ourselves. Okay? We did. We honestly did. We put this man, Donald J. Trump, as the president. And when things got too heated, we as a people backed out. And we put Joe Biden, who, I'm going to just be real, was so out of it at the debate, I didn't even understand half the things he was saying. And you saw from that B-roll clip that I just put on there, he was mumbling and stumbling his words hard. But of course, there are going to be people that find it amusing. Donald Trump, yeah, he's a little younger, and yeah, he did talk a little bit more clearly. Lying his ass off too, but he did. And I'm going to be real with you too. What the hell was up with that tan? For real. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not in total agreement on guys tanning to begin with, but that tan was horrible. I ain't gonna lie. That tan was atrocious. But anyway, I do believe Biden has a lot of mass manipulators in this whole thing. First of all, the people in the Democratic Party that are manipulated by themselves in a position of power, and also that are manipulating Biden, are saying that, oh, he's in his prime. He's in his prime. There ain't no one else like Biden. Biden is all great. Biden's so successful. Biden can do this and can do that. He is totally attentive in meetings. Who the hell do you think you guys are fooling? Seriously? If you're gonna lie, at least lie good. That's what liberals do, man. If they're gonna lie out of their ass, at least be good liars. I'll give Donald Trump this. When he lies, he's a damn good liar. Liberals are horrible fucking liars. And I, of course, would have video on, how Joe Biden, like people saying that Joe Biden's in the best shape of his life and this and that. I would show that, but I honestly didn't have enough slots on my, OBS channel control here, so I'll probably show that another time on another broadcast. But then again, guys, Donald Trump isn't better either. He really isn't. Yeah, he would obviously run. I'm going to say this. I would say Trump would at least is fully coherent and conscientiously there when he is running the country versus Biden. But it's not like Trump's any better. Again, this is the guy that said whenever the neo-Nazis, and I believe there was some KKK that actually came to the University of Virginia campus, came on down and was, he called them fine people. Very fine people. Very fine people. Charlottesville. That's what I remembered, Charlottesville. And University of Virginia campus. So yeah. And he called them fine people. Very fine people. And he says, excuse me, I saw the same video that you did. So that at least knows that he is there and this is how he actually thinks. And y'all put him as president in 2016. Y'all did that. I'm not even going to say y'all. I got to take accountability too. We, as the people of America, did that. We did. We all got to take accountability eventually. We all got to have responsibility eventually. We all got to own up to our shit eventually. And this is what this platform is doing. Holding people in positions of power accountable and responsible. And I'm not going to quote Spider-Man. I ain't going to quote Spider-Man. You are not going to see me do that because we have no responsibility. We have no accountability. We don't. We really don't. And I will also point this out too. This part is going to really piss me off. Really get me fired up. When former Donald J. Trump was creating his rallies, and one rally in particular, y'all know what I'm going to talk about, created the January 6th, arguably one of the most historical moments in modern American history, the January 6th Capitol riot, where a bunch of stupid people, I will say stupid, because what they did was stupid, raided the Capitol, went in there and destroyed a ton of shit. Man, influence is power. Influence is power. Manipulation is power. Leading to absolute annihilation and destruction. Creating this.